A wise person silently cuts off 7 types of people. Denzel Washington motivation. Welcome to Stoic in Your Life. In our journey, we cross paths with countless people. Some lift us, inspiring us to reach heights we never imagined. They add value to our lives, helping us see the world through a brighter lens. But there are others, people who drain our energy, disrupt our peace, and hold us back from the path we're meant to walk. One of the wisest moves you can make is to identify these individuals and, without fanfare, let them go. Letting someone go doesn't need drama, loud words, or lengthy explanations. A wise person understands the power of quiet action, choosing to protect their peace, preserve their purpose, and strengthen their resolve. In today's video, we'll explore 7 types of people who, without a doubt, deserve a silent cutoff if you aim to keep moving forward with resilience and focus. Let's dive in and uncover what true strength in silence means. 1. The one who always brings negativity into your life. Let's take a moment to explore this first type of person, the one who continually brings negativity into your life. We all recognize this type, someone who sees life through a constant lens of doom and gloom. This is the individual who, when faced with a plan or ambition, only points out the potential pitfalls, never the possibilities. They're the person who, when you share a new idea, quickly identifies every potential flaw, highlighting why it could fail rather than what could make it succeed. In their mind, they may believe they're offering realistic advice, but there's a fine line between realistic caution and relentless pessimism. In Stoic terms, this mindset represents a failure to see things as they truly are. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This perspective reminds us that a persistent focus on negativity will inevitably color our lives with the same shade of pessimism. Negativity is, in essence, a slow-acting poison. Small doses over time can accumulate, wearing away at even the most resilient mind. Imagine, for example, the impact of spending time around a friend who constantly questions your decisions or plants seeds of doubt about your goals. Perhaps you start each day with determination, yet after spending time around this individual, you find yourself questioning your own direction. Over time, their steady drip of criticism and discouragement begins to chip away at your confidence. This person, however subtle, becomes an anchor, preventing you from moving forward, keeping you rooted in a place of hesitation. They might not even realize it, but their perspective can influence how you see yourself and your potential. This effect is not just about words, it's about energy and mindset, 2 powerful forces that determine much of our progress in life. For a wise person, understanding this dynamic means recognizing when it's time to distance yourself from such influences. Without anger or resentment, you must quietly step back, knowing that your journey requires a clear and optimistic mindset. In the words of Epictetus, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. When you embrace this principle, you protect your mental space, allowing room for growth, optimism, and determination. Sometimes, without realizing it, we become products of our environment, adapting to the energy around us. If that energy is rooted in pessimism, we risk absorbing it, letting it taint our own vision for the future. Consider this in modern life. Our daily interactions, whether with colleagues, friends, or family, shape us subtly over time. While it's natural to face criticism and challenges, it's crucial to discern between constructive feedback and chronic negativity. Constructive criticism offers solutions and seeks improvement, whereas negativity only highlights problems without proposing a path forward. Recognizing this distinction allows you to protect your spirit from unnecessary harm and to surround yourself with people who genuinely support your journey. In practical terms, this doesn't mean cutting off every person who ever doubts you or points out risks. It means recognizing patterns. If someone in your life consistently leaves you feeling drained, doubting, or defeated, it may be time to quietly adjust your boundaries. This doesn't require a confrontation or dramatic break. Instead, The wise person takes a quiet step back, ensuring their peace remains intact, understanding that not everyone is meant to walk their path. Ultimately, as you navigate your journey, remember that protecting your energy is not selfish. It's essential for growth. Just as a gardener removes weeds to allow plants to flourish, so must we occasionally remove sources of negativity to allow our spirit to thrive. This quiet choice isn't about judgment, but about discernment, valuing your inner peace and purpose above all. Keep in mind that your mindset shapes your reality, and by choosing to focus on positive, supportive relationships, you create an environment that fosters progress and fulfillment. It's a step every wise person takes, understanding that if they're going to move forward with strength and resolve, they must choose their company wisely. 2. The one who takes advantage of your kindness. Let's take a closer look at the second type of person a wise individual may need to distance themselves from: the person who takes advantage of your kindness. Many of us are naturally inclined to help. We want to support those around us, be a source of comfort and strength for others, and be the one people can turn to in times of need. It's deeply fulfilling to give, and for those who are naturally empathetic, offering kindness often feels like a part of who we are. But sometimes kindness without boundaries can lead to exhaustion and resentment, and this is something many generous-hearted people experience without even realizing it. These are the relationships where you find yourself giving endlessly, yet receiving little to no support in return. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, warned us about this. Associate with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve. Seneca's words emphasize mutual growth and respect, which we should expect in any healthy relationship. Imagine a friend who always seems to need something. Every call, every message centers around their struggles, their problems, or their crises, and they lean on you, assuming your time and energy are limitless resources for their use. Over time, they start to rely on you so heavily that it becomes almost a silent expectation that you'll drop everything for them. But when you're the one who needs support, they suddenly vanish, full of excuses or reasons why they can't reciprocate. This cycle can make you feel drained and unappreciated, as if all your kindness is taken for granted. Think about how that pattern impacts you over the long term. The energy you pour into this person could be directed toward your goals, dreams, or even others who truly appreciate and reciprocate your efforts. Kindness without boundaries often leads to frustration, and this is something that, in our modern lives, many of us overlook. We may feel guilt at the thought of setting boundaries, especially with people who are close to us. But a wise person recognizes that not everyone deserves full access to their time, energy, and compassion. It's not selfish to protect your energy. It's essential for your own growth and happiness. In fact, boundaries allow kindness to flourish in a healthy way. When you understand your limits and enforce them, you can give genuinely without becoming depleted or resentful. Picture this. You've spent years being the go-to person for a friend's every need, yet every time you need something in return, they're nowhere to be found. Over time, this one-sided relationship wears you down, leaving you feeling unappreciated and undervalued. A wise person understands that true relationships are built on mutual support and respect. If you're consistently the one giving without receiving, it may be time to consider stepping back. Not everyone in your life will offer you the balance you deserve. And this doesn't require a dramatic confrontation or a break full of anger. In fact, quiet exits can be the most powerful because they reflect a choice to protect your peace with dignity and strength. It's an internal decision, one made with calm certainty rather than resentment. By stepping back, you send a clear message to yourself that your kindness and support are valuable and should be reciprocated in meaningful relationships. Consider a professional scenario to illustrate this. Imagine a colleague who frequently asks for your assistance on projects, monopolizing your time under the guise of collaboration. Yet when you ask them for support on your own tasks, they're too busy or unavailable. Over time, you start to realize that this colleague sees you as a resource, not as a partner. You begin to recognize that your time and expertise are being taken for granted, leaving you little room to focus on your own career growth. A wise person in this situation might start quietly setting boundaries, perhaps limiting the time they offer or politely redirecting requests that take up too much time. By doing so, they protect their energy and prioritize their goals without conflict, demonstrating respect for their own work and time. The Stoic philosophy, which teaches resilience and self-respect, is very clear about protecting your inner peace. Epictetus said, "Keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best." When you honor this principle, you create an environment that nurtures your growth, free from the weight of unreciprocated relationships. By being selective about the people you allow into your life, you protect your mental and emotional space, making room for those who genuinely care for you. This process doesn't make you cold or selfish, it makes you wise. It's about understanding that your time and kindness are gifts, and not everyone is entitled to them. In modern life, it's easy to get caught in the cycle of giving without receiving. But think about it. What would your life look like if you spent your energy on people who appreciate and respect you? When you allow only positive and reciprocal relationships into your circle, you're not just making life easier. You're empowering yourself to reach your full potential. This shift may feel difficult at first, especially if you've been someone's primary source of support. However, the long-term benefits are profound. You'll experience greater peace, less frustration, and more clarity on your path forward. Ultimately, by letting go of those who take advantage of your kindness, you make room for connections that add value to your life. The relationships that matter are the ones that uplift and energize you, not those that leave you feeling drained. A wise person knows this deeply. They don't let people continually pull from them without giving back, and they're unafraid to set quiet boundaries that reflect their worth. And remember, this doesn't have to be a harsh process. It's about making decisions that align with your journey and your well-being. The people who truly value and respect you will appreciate these boundaries and reciprocate your kindness. Protect your energy. Choose relationships that nurture, inspire, and elevate you. By setting boundaries, you're affirming to yourself that your time, kindness, and energy are precious. And when you approach life with this mindset, you'll find that you're surrounded by people who genuinely care, respect your boundaries, and contribute positively to your journey. So, let your kindness flow, but let it flow wisely. Surround yourself with those who uplift and energize you, and watch how much more fulfilling your journey becomes when it's traveled with people who truly respect and cherish your presence. 3. The one who doesn't respect you. There's a powerful strength in silently stepping away from people who don't respect you, who take your kindness for granted, or who drain your energy with constant negativity. Respect is about more than politeness. It's about recognizing your value, treating your time, boundaries, and dreams as something worthy. If someone in your life consistently disregards these things, whether it's through belittling comments, undermining gestures, or subtle dismissals, you have to ask yourself why you allow them to stay. Respect is not something you should have to beg for, nor something you should ever feel compelled to prove that you deserve. When someone doesn't respect you, no matter the relationship, be it family, friendship, romantic, or professional, it's a signal that should never be ignored. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If you're around people who consistently bring negativity, who ignore your worth, your spirit begins to reflect that disregard, whether you realize it or not. Consider how subtle disrespect often creeps in, like a slow poison, small remarks here, dismissive laughs there, and over time, these seemingly minor moments chip away at your confidence. You start questioning yourself, wondering if maybe they're right, or worse, if maybe you don't deserve respect at all. The wise know this isn't true. A person who knows their worth doesn't stand for such treatment. Yet walking away, especially from those we care about, is no easy task. You may think, but they've been in my life for years, or maybe they'll change. However, a wise person understands that change doesn't happen just because you want it to. People only change when they're ready, and sometimes they never are. So, what do? You silently make your exit, preserving your peace and dignity without anger or resentment. When you let go of people who drain you or belittle your worth, you're making room for relationships built on mutual respect, encouragement, and growth. You're saying without words that you value yourself enough to step away from those who don't. This doesn't mean a big confrontation or an emotional goodbye. It's about a quiet, decisive act of self-respect. As Epictetus wisely noted, the key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. Imagine the freedom you would feel if you let go of these draining relationships. Life would become less about managing other people's expectations or tolerating subtle disrespect and more about pursuing what genuinely matters to you. Every time you choose yourself over someone's unkindness or disregard, you're reclaiming a part of your own strength. Walking away doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't mean harboring bitterness or seeking revenge. Instead, it's about knowing your own boundaries, about guarding your time and energy as treasures that only those who appreciate them deserve. Once you make these silent cutoffs, something incredible happens. You begin to feel lighter. There's a weight lifted, a sense of peace that fills the spaces once occupied by negative energy. You start to realize that life isn't meant to be a battle of proving yourself to those who refuse to see your worth. You're here to live with purpose, to surround yourself with positivity, to create relationships that genuinely feed your soul. Cutting off people who bring disrespect and negativity isn't about creating bad blood. It's a gentle but firm act of self-respect. You're simply choosing to live without the unnecessary drama or energy drains that once held you back. When you make this choice, you'll notice a shift, not only in your environment, but within yourself. You start to view yourself as worthy, valuable, and deserving of kindness and respect. The small, silent acts of cutting off people who don't align with your values show the world and yourself that you won't accept less than you deserve. It's about making space for people who value and uplift you, people who respect your boundaries, appreciate your kindness, and encourage your growth. These are the connections that make life richer, that bring joy and inspiration rather than anxiety and doubt. How many times have you put yourself aside for someone who doesn't appreciate you? How many moments have you spent thinking about their opinions, their judgments, or their lack of respect? Life is too short to waste on these empty spaces, these connections that don't serve your well-being. When you protect your energy, you're not being selfish, you're being wise. You're saying to yourself that you deserve to live with peace, with clarity, and with people who genuinely care for you. Choosing who to keep close is one of the most powerful decisions you can make. By letting go of those who don't respect, appreciate, or reciprocate, you're making room for true connection. And when you do that, when you quietly walk away from relationships that no longer serve you, you step into a life that's filled with intention, positivity, and mutual respect. You become stronger, more resilient, and more confident in your own worth, and the right people will naturally be drawn to this strength. The beauty of a silent exit is that it's not about proving anything to anyone else. It's about proving something to yourself. It's a message that says, I know my value, and I choose to protect it. And when you make this choice consistently, you stop settling for less than you deserve. This isn't about arrogance. It's about having a quiet, unshakable confidence in who you are. That quiet strength, that commitment to your own peace, is what will guide you toward a life filled with authentic, respectful relationships that nurture your growth rather than stifle it. In the end, knowing when to walk away is a profound act of wisdom. It's about recognizing that your time, energy, and spirit are precious, and that you deserve to share them with people who value you just as much as you value them. So, take a moment to assess who is in your life. Ask yourself, are they lifting you up, encouraging your growth, honoring your kindness, and respecting your dreams? If the answer is no, consider the power of letting go. It's a decision that brings clarity, freedom, and, most importantly, a sense of peace that only comes when you're surrounded by those who truly value you. That's the quiet strength of a wise person. They don't demand respect. They simply command it by knowing their worth and protecting it with grace. When you make the silent cutoffs from people who don't honor your value, you're not only setting boundaries with others, but also reaffirming your commitment to a life that reflects your worth, your values, and your purpose. And in doing so, you'll find that your journey becomes lighter, your days more fulfilling, and your relationships richer with meaning. If you're here right now, you're already taking the steps toward a stronger, more peaceful life. Let us know you're ready for this journey by commenting on the path to wisdom. Keep watching, because together, we're just getting started. 4. The one who thrives on drama. There are people in life who seem to carry a storm cloud of chaos wherever they go, dragging drama into even the calmest situations. They're constantly at the center of conflicts, stirring up issues, creating problems from minor misunderstandings, and blowing small inconveniences out of proportion. For these individuals, drama is like fuel. It's something they thrive on, and they bring that same chaotic energy into every relationship, often without realizing the impact it has on those around them. If you find yourself connected to someone who lives for conflict, you'll quickly notice how their behavior affects your own peace and clarity. Instead of focusing on what truly matters in your life, your goals, your growth, your well-being, you might find yourself dragged into their endless issues and crises, often at the expense of your mental energy and personal progress. This aligns with the wisdom of Epictetus, who taught that we should keep company only with people who uplift us, whose presence calls forth our best. People who thrive on drama, however, rarely bring out the best in others. Instead, they pull you down into their whirlwind of negativity, leaving you feeling depleted and far from your true path. The constant presence of drama in your life can distract you from clarity and your own sense of purpose. Think about this. You're working hard toward a meaningful goal, but just as you're making progress, someone close to you pulls you into yet another emotional crisis or conflict. Instead of putting your energy into achieving your ambitions, you're now caught in the latest drama they've created, forced to either defend yourself, fix a problem that's not yours, or listen to grievances that drain your patience and strength. Over time, this pattern can wear down your motivation and leave you mentally exhausted. The energy you could be investing in your growth, your peace, and your own pursuits is instead funneled into maintaining someone else's emotional turbulence. This isn't just tiring. It can gradually wear down your resilience, cloud your vision, and undermine the goals you've set for yourself. A wise person understands the importance of peace in their journey. They know that, for true growth and fulfillment, one must find clarity, focus, and a sense of inner calm. When you surround yourself with people who constantly stir up drama, you sacrifice these things, as your mind becomes cluttered with their crises rather than focused on your path. Think of it this way. If your journey through life is like sailing a ship toward your destination, then drama-filled individuals are like unnecessary cargo weighing you down, making it harder to navigate and slowing your progress. By silently distancing yourself from these people, you are lightening your load, choosing to prioritize your well-being over the distraction of conflict. This doesn't mean you have to make a scene or issue a dramatic farewell. Instead, as Marcus Aurelius advised, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Walking away quietly without fanfare or resentment is a powerful choice that reflects self-respect and commitment to your peace. In today's world, where life is already busy and demanding, the last thing you need is to be constantly dragged down by unnecessary drama. Every moment spent managing someone else's emotional turbulence is a moment you're not investing in your own well-being and success. Over time, you may notice that the more you engage with these drama-prone individuals, the less control you have over your own life and choices. They keep you in a reactive state, forcing you to address their problems and disputes rather than making progress on your own path. You end up feeling stuck, like you're running in place, expending energy without truly moving forward. A wise person sees this pattern, recognizes its impact, and takes quiet action to protect their peace. This silent exit from drama is not a selfish act. It's an acknowledgement that your mental and emotional resources are limited and that you must protect them to achieve your true potential. For example, imagine a friend who, at every social gathering or private moment, has a story about how someone wronged them, a new feud they're involved in, or an endless list of grievances. They expect you to be their confidant, their counselor, and at times, their defender. They lean on you to validate their emotions, asking you to join in their conflicts, even if it means creating tension in your own life. You listen, support, and give your time because that's what friends do. But over time, you start noticing how drained you feel after each interaction, how much you dread the next time they call, knowing it will be yet another episode in their ongoing saga of drama. This constant cycle not only drains you, but keeps you from focusing on your own needs, aspirations, and peace. A wise person understands that a life well lived requires intentionality, an ability to keep distractions at bay, to focus on meaningful pursuits, and to protect one's peace. Letting go of those who bring chaos doesn't make you unkind or cold. Rather, it shows a profound respect for yourself and your journey. By creating distance from those who thrive on drama, you are choosing to live with clarity and purpose. You are saying that your time and energy are precious, too valuable to be consumed by someone else's relentless need for conflict. And by doing so, you allow yourself the space to grow, to achieve, and to connect with those who respect your boundaries and contribute positively to your life. In the end, this silent decision to walk away is a statement of self-worth. It reflects your commitment to living peacefully, purposefully, and free from the distractions of unnecessary drama. 5. The one who lacks integrity. Integrity is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. It's the foundation upon which trust, respect, and genuine connection are built. When someone in your life lacks this essential quality, when they regularly twist the truth, break promises, or fail to follow through on commitments, it becomes increasingly difficult to sustain a healthy relationship with them. Imagine dealing with someone who always says one thing but does another. Over time, this constant inconsistency and dishonesty lead to doubt and suspicion, eroding the security you once felt in the relationship. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, advised, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This wisdom captures the essence of integrity, emphasizing that words and actions should always align with truth and righteousness. When someone consistently behaves otherwise, it's a sign that their values may not align with yours, and that dissonance creates a sense of unease that affects your peace and mental clarity. You have a friend who frequently tells little white lies or promises things they never follow through on. Perhaps they claim they'll support you in a time of need, but when that moment comes, they're nowhere to be found, leaving you questioning their reliability. Or maybe it's a colleague who takes credit for work they didn't do, subtly bending the truth to benefit themselves at the expense of others. Such behavior may seem minor at first, but over time, these repeated breaches of trust create instability in your relationship. When someone lacks integrity, you're left in a constant state of doubt, unsure of what to believe or how much you can rely on them. Every interaction feels tinged with uncertainty, and you find yourself mentally preparing for disappointment. This kind of instability takes an emotional toll, impacting your sense of well-being and leaving you wary of investing in a relationship that isn't rooted in honesty. Why is integrity so important? Because integrity builds confidence and mutual respect in relationships, fostering an environment where you feel safe and valued. Think about the people you deeply trust, the ones you know will always do what they say, the ones who are honest even when it's difficult. Being around these individuals gives you a sense of security, enabling you to be your authentic self. In contrast, a relationship with someone who lacks integrity is like walking on unstable ground, never knowing when it might crumble. This inconsistency weighs on you, often leading to feelings of frustration, disappointment, and even resentment. A wise person understands that relationships without integrity lack the foundation for genuine connection, and that distancing oneself from such relationships is an act of self-respect and clarity. Let's say you're working on a team project, and someone repeatedly fails to complete their part, but always has an excuse to justify their lack of contribution. Perhaps they even misrepresent their efforts to others, making it seem as though they're carrying more weight than they truly are. In situations like these, their lack of integrity doesn't just affect them, it impacts everyone involved, creating an environment of mistrust and tension. You may begin to feel resentment, questioning why you should continue putting in the effort if they won't do the same. Or maybe it's a family member who says they'll support you during a difficult time, but doesn't show up when you need them most, leaving you feeling abandoned and undervalued. In each case, the person's lack of integrity disrupts the harmony of the relationship, eroding your trust and forcing you to reevaluate the connection. Cutting off people who lack integrity doesn't require a dramatic confrontation or harsh words. Instead, it's about silently choosing to protect your peace by stepping back. This decision says more about your own values and commitment to living truthfully than it does about them. By making this quiet exit, you reinforce the importance of authenticity in your life, showing that you're unwilling to compromise on integrity. Walking away from people who don't honor honesty and consistency is a choice to surround yourself with individuals who bring stability and respect, not chaos and deceit. It's a powerful declaration that your relationships must reflect the qualities you hold dear, and that you won't settle for connections that undermine your sense of trust and well-being. In modern life, where so much communication happens online and interactions are often brief, integrity is sometimes overlooked. It's easy for people to make promises they don't intend to keep, or to present themselves in ways that aren't entirely genuine. But just because integrity can be rare doesn't mean it's any less essential. If anything, it's more valuable today, as people crave genuine connections in a world often filled with superficial interactions. When you choose to walk away from someone who lacks integrity, you're choosing authenticity over convenience, depth over superficiality. You're also setting a powerful example, showing others that honesty isn't negotiable. This quiet strength and commitment to integrity will naturally attract those who value the same, leading to relationships that enrich your life rather than drain it. Or do you respect yourself enough to seek relationships built on trust and authenticity? Remember, choosing to distance yourself from people who lack integrity isn't a sign of weakness or judgment. It's an affirmation of your own standards and principles. When you let go of relationships that aren't built on truth, you make room for those that genuinely honor who you are. This quiet choice reflects wisdom and strength, allowing you to live a life of clarity, stability, and respect. In the end, surrounding yourself with people who embody integrity uplifts you, bringing a sense of balance and harmony into your life. When you build relationships rooted in honesty and trust, you create a circle that supports, respects, and inspires you to be the best version of yourself. As you move forward, remember Marcus Aurelius's words: "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." By choosing integrity, both in yourself and in those you surround yourself with, you live a life aligned with truth, and that's a legacy worth building. 6. The one who is excessively jealous or competitive. While a healthy level of competition can inspire you to reach new heights, there are those whose jealousy and excessive competitiveness can be toxic, even harmful. These people don't lift you up or cheer you on. Instead, they find ways to undermine you subtly, making backhanded comments or downplaying your achievements. They may appear supportive on the surface, but there's often an undercurrent of resentment that reveals itself through small, sometimes seemingly innocent remarks that slowly chip away at your confidence. They might say things like, "Well, it's good you achieved that, but it's not that big of a deal." or they might point out minor flaws even in your most significant accomplishments. Over time, this behavior can start to make you doubt your own success, causing you to question your worth and lose pride in your achievements. Imagine how different life feels when you're surrounded by people who genuinely support you, who are happy for your successes, and don't feel the need to compete or compare. True friends or allies celebrate with you, boosting your confidence and encouraging your growth. But a jealous person shifts the focus away from celebration and growth to comparison and rivalry. They may even try to minimize your accomplishments, not necessarily out of malice, but because they view your success as a reminder of what they haven't achieved themselves. This constant comparison creates an atmosphere where joy and progress are stifled, as you're forced to consider not just what you've accomplished, but how it measures up to someone else's standards. This subtle competitive edge becomes a weight on your journey, sapping the joy out of your own progress and pushing you to prove yourself repeatedly, instead of enjoying the fulfillment of reaching your goals. Why do these people act this way? It often stems from their own insecurities. When someone is excessively jealous or competitive, it's usually a reflection of their own unmet aspirations or feelings of inadequacy. Rather than addressing these feelings within themselves, they project them outward, making your success feel like a threat instead of a cause for celebration. And in the process, they start to erode the quality of your thoughts, your self-image, and your happiness. This toxic jealousy doesn't need to be loud or confrontational to do harm. Even subtle expressions of envy can slowly poison a relationship and impact how you see yourself. These individuals might not even realize the harm they're causing, as their jealousy often operates on a subconscious level, but its effect on you is real and lasting. A wise person recognizes that relationships built on genuine support, not competition or envy, are the ones that nurture growth and happiness. Walking away from those who constantly measure themselves against you is not about cutting people off out of anger or pride. It's about choosing your peace, about protecting the joy and confidence that you've worked hard to build. By quietly stepping away from envious people, you're making room for individuals who celebrate shared success, who see life as an abundant journey rather than a limited competition. True relationships are based on mutual encouragement and a shared understanding that each person's achievements are a source of collective pride, not rivalry. Consider how much lighter and more fulfilling life can be when you no longer feel the need to compete for approval or recognition in your own relationships. When you let go of the need to measure up to others, you start to focus on what truly matters: your growth, your happiness, and the joy of achieving goals that are meaningful to you. And with the right people around you, this growth doesn't feel like a competition. Instead, it becomes a shared journey where each person's success adds to the happiness of everyone involved. This is the kind of life that fosters resilience, gratitude, and fulfillment. A life where you don't have to hide or diminish your victories to protect someone else's ego. By surrounding yourself with people who celebrate your success, you create an environment where everyone can flourish. Letting go of jealous or excessively competitive people is a quiet but powerful choice. It's a commitment to yourself, a way of affirming that you value joy, peace, and shared success over rivalry and resentment. There's a strength in choosing to walk away without conflict, without trying to change these individuals or prove your worth to them. As Epictetus once advised, keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. When you let go of those who can't find it within themselves to celebrate your growth, you open up space for relationships rooted in mutual respect and happiness. You invite people into your life who see you not as competition, but as a partner in the journey, as someone whose success they celebrate as if it were their own. In the end, a wise person understands that life is too short to spend it proving yourself to those who refuse to acknowledge your worth. Your time, energy, and achievements are too valuable to waste on those who drain you rather than uplift you. When you let go of jealousy-driven relationships, you free yourself to experience genuine happiness and fulfillment. The people who belong in your life are the ones who are excited to see you grow, who encourage your dreams, and who take joy in your success. By choosing your own peace and surrounding yourself with true supporters, you're building a foundation for a life filled with positivity, encouragement, and shared success. And this ultimately is the wisdom in knowing when to walk away, understanding that not everyone can join you on your journey, and that's perfectly okay. Life is richer and more meaningful when you're surrounded by those who make your happiness their own, and who believe that success is best when shared. 7. The one who refuses to grow or change. Growth is the essence of life, a force that drives us to evolve, learn, and better ourselves over time. Yet some people resist this fundamental aspect of existence, clinging instead to outdated perspectives or routines that keep them rooted in the past. These are the individuals who fear change, who avoid self-reflection, and who dismiss opportunities for self-improvement. Rather than adapting to new insights or perspectives, they remain fixed in their ways, often seeing no need to grow because they're comfortable where they are. But being close to people who resist growth can profoundly limit your own potential, as you may find their resistance to change affecting you, subtly holding you back from your aspirations. Seneca's wisdom on this topic is timeless. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. In other words, the people around us shape who we become, so it's crucial to choose those who inspire growth rather than stagnation. Consider what it's like to share your dreams or ambitions with someone who's closed off to change. You might be excited about a new direction in your career or a personal goal you're pursuing, only to have this person discourage you, dismissing your ideas with remarks like, "Why change what's working?" or "You're already doing fine." These responses, while perhaps well-intentioned, reflect a mindset that can dampen your enthusiasm and make you question whether striving for more is worth the effort. Over time, this type of resistance from those close to you can plant seeds of doubt, causing you to second-guess your ambitions and dampen your drive. Instead of being motivated to pursue growth, you might start feeling tethered to a comfort zone that isn't truly your own, one defined by someone else's fear of change. In modern life, where adaptability and learning are key to personal and professional success, this resistance to growth becomes particularly problematic. Surrounding yourself with people who are unwilling to adapt not only limits your opportunities but can also lead to frustration and dissatisfaction. Growth-oriented relationships, on the other hand, encourage exploration, learning, and the courage to push boundaries. People who embrace growth inspire you to expand your mindset, to take risks, and to learn from every experience. They don't hold you back with outdated advice or negativity, but instead support you in pursuing new goals, celebrating each step of your journey. Think about the energy and motivation you feel when someone truly believes in your potential and wants to see you thrive. In contrast, being around someone who discourages growth can feel like constantly trying to move forward with an anchor tied to your back, making your path forward unnecessarily difficult. Why do some people resist growth? Often, it comes from a place of fear or insecurity. Change can be uncomfortable, and growth requires a willingness to confront one's weaknesses or unknowns, something many people find intimidating. For someone set in their ways, the idea of venturing outside their comfort zone can be overwhelming, and rather than facing this discomfort, they stay in the familiar, clinging to routines that keep them feeling safe. But in doing so, they may discourage others from pursuing their own paths of growth, sometimes without even realizing it. It's not uncommon for someone who fears change to subtly discourage those around them from taking risks, as it makes them feel more comfortable if everyone remains in the same safe space. A wise person recognizes that true growth often requires letting go of relationships that keep you tethered to the past, that resist change and limit your potential. This doesn't mean abandoning people or cutting them off with resentment. Rather, it's about choosing to pursue your path without the weight of someone else's fear or limitations. By quietly distancing yourself from those who resist growth, you're giving yourself permission to embrace change fully and to seek out individuals who align with your journey toward self-improvement. Imagine sharing your goals with someone who genuinely wants to see you succeed, who pushes you to think bigger, to improve, and to strive for your best. This is the kind of support that fuels growth, giving you the confidence and inspiration to keep moving forward, even when the road is challenging. Surrounding yourself with growth-minded individuals creates a circle of support and encouragement that can propel you toward your highest potential. These people serve as reminders that growth isn't only possible, it's necessary to a fulfilling life. By being around them, you naturally absorb their positive energy, finding inspiration in their resilience and adaptability. Letting go of relationships that resist growth is not about abandoning people. It's about honoring your own commitment to progress and personal development. You're choosing to protect your mental space, prioritizing relationships that nurture your goals rather than hinder them. When you make this choice, you reinforce your own values, embracing a life that's guided by a willingness to evolve and improve. In doing so, you're not only freeing yourself from limitations, but also setting an example for others about the importance of growth. By moving forward with purpose and clarity, you create a life that reflects your commitment to self-improvement and resilience. So, take a moment to reflect on the relationships in your life. Are they helping you grow, or are they keeping you comfortable at the cost of progress? It's natural to feel a sense of loyalty to those we care about, but true loyalty also means honoring the journey you're on, recognizing when a relationship is no longer aligned with your path. Letting go of those who refuse to grow is not about dismissing their worth. It's about acknowledging that each of us has a responsibility to pursue our own development, and sometimes that means moving forward without certain people. Seneca's wisdom reminds us that to improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. When you embrace this mindset, you open yourself to the fullness of life, allowing new experiences and growth to shape you into the best version of yourself. Choosing relationships that support growth over stagnation is a powerful act of self-respect and clarity. By letting go of those who resist change, you're making a conscious decision to live fully, to pursue your ambitions, and to surround yourself with individuals who celebrate progress and encourage you to reach for more. It's a choice that reflects a commitment to your potential, to a life of meaning and purpose. When you surround yourself with people who embrace growth, you cultivate an environment of resilience, curiosity, and passion, qualities that not only enrich your journey but make each step forward more fulfilling. You've stayed with us this far, which shows your commitment to personal growth and peace. Comment choosing wisely to mark the start of your journey to a life free from negativity. There's more wisdom ahead. Don't miss out. Once you've made the choice to let go of those who weigh you down, who drain your energy and disrupt your peace, a transformation begins. You'll start noticing that, with each step forward, new doors open, paths you hadn't seen before become clear, and opportunities appear that were previously obscured by the noise and negativity. As Seneca wisely said, "As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters." When you remove distractions from your life, you're able to focus on quality, the quality of your time, your relationships, and your journey. Surrounded by negativity and constant demands on your kindness, it's challenging to see the possibilities ahead because you're constantly occupied with putting out fires, managing others' issues, or dealing with the weight of people who pull you down. But once you let go of this baggage, you clear space in your life, a space that invites in clarity, vision, and purpose. When you create this kind of space, a new energy fills you, one that is focused, intentional, and powerful. Your actions become guided by purpose instead of obligation or guilt. Suddenly, you're not scrambling to keep up with everyone else's needs or expectations. Instead, you're moving with a clear direction, driven by your values and priorities. And here's the amazing thing. People notice this shift. They see your self-respect and the way you carry yourself with quiet confidence, and it naturally attracts those who are aligned with your purpose, those who respect the journey you're on. This change draws the right people into your life, not because you seek their approval, but because you've become someone who respects themselves and lives with intention. In the words of Epictetus, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. When you live by this principle, the right people and opportunities are naturally drawn to you, allowing you to build a life that truly reflects your values. The world is full of people who cling to relationships, situations, and commitments that no longer serve them, often out of fear of change or solitude. Many tolerate negativity, disrespect, or those who take advantage simply because they're afraid to walk away. They believe it's better to have company, no matter how draining, than to be alone. But a wise person knows that solitude with peace is far more valuable than companionship tainted by constant negativity. There is strength in choosing solitude over chaos. True growth and self-discovery often occur in the stillness, in moments when you're not surrounded by people, but instead by your own thoughts, your own ambitions, your own values. Marcus Aurelius put it best: the more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. When you choose to let go of those who don't respect your peace, you're reclaiming control over your own life, grounding yourself in what truly matters. The beauty of choosing peace over negativity is that it becomes a habit, a part of your identity. The more you honor yourself, the more you instinctively protect that peace. You become keenly aware of the energy people bring into your life and can recognize when someone isn't right for you. With time, you'll spot the early signs of disrespect, manipulation, or negativity, and you'll know to make that silent exit without hesitation. You'll no longer allow others to compromise your sense of self, because you understand the effort it took to reach this place of peace and clarity. And this habit of setting boundaries is transformative. Each time you walk away from what doesn't serve you, you're reaffirming your commitment to living a life of purpose, a life guided by self-respect and inner peace. Many people live with constant disturbances to their peace because they don't know how to let go. They're weighed down, unable to make progress because they're carrying the weight of relationships that drain them. But you're different. You're learning the art of the silent cutoff, the power of protecting your purpose and progress by choosing who deserves a place in your life. The more you practice this, the stronger you become, and the clearer your path becomes. With each decision to let go, you're reinforcing your own strength and clarity, enabling yourself to see life through a fresh, unburdened perspective. This shift in perspective is profound. You start living without the fear of letting go, free from the need to cling to what no longer serves you. You're no longer seeking validation from others, no longer defining your worth by others' opinions. Instead, you're building a life rooted in self-awareness, aligned with your core values. This intentional way of living allows you to attract people and opportunities that reflect your truest self, creating a life that is rich in meaning and connection. And remember, this isn't about shutting yourself off from the world or becoming cold. It's about valuing your time, energy, and well-being enough to protect them fiercely. After all, as Epictetus said, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. When you consistently make these silent exits from negative people or situations, the impact is undeniable. You'll notice a shift in how you see the world and in how the world sees you. Life becomes lighter, free from the endless attempts to prove yourself to those who don't value you. You're no longer bound by others' judgments or limitations, allowing you to move forward with a renewed sense of purpose and self-respect. You become the architect of your own life, designing it with purpose and clarity. And in doing so, you attract people who share these values, people who uplift you, respect you, and encourage your growth. The power of letting go is in its simplicity. When you choose to walk away quietly, you're making a statement that needs no explanation. You're telling yourself, and the world, that you're worth more than the negative energy others bring. And when you protect your peace, you allow yourself to live fully, to experience joy and fulfillment without the weight of others' expectations. This choice isn't about pride or arrogance. It's about understanding that your life, your time, your peace are valuable, and you have every right to protect them. As you let go of people who don't honor your worth, you'll find that life begins to flow more freely. You're able to channel your energy toward meaningful relationships, inspiring goals, and personal growth, all of which make life more fulfilling. You begin to see yourself in a new light, worthy of respect, worthy of love, worthy of all the good that life has to offer. And this transformation doesn't go unnoticed. People see your strength, your clarity, and they're drawn to it. They're inspired by your quiet confidence and your commitment to a life well lived. In the end, knowing when to walk away is one of the most empowering acts of self-respect. It's about choosing to live authentically, free from the chains of relationships that don't serve you. So, as you look at the people in your life, ask yourself, are they lifting you up, respecting your boundaries, appreciating your kindness? If not, consider the power of letting go. Because when you do, you reclaim your time, your energy, and your life. You step into a life that reflects your true worth, surrounded by people who truly care. And that, my friends, is the true essence of wisdom, living a life of purpose, guided by respect for yourself and the values you hold dear. So remember, whenever you're surrounded by people who don't bring positivity, who drain your energy, or who fail to respect you, know that you have the power to walk away without a word. Choose to protect your peace, your progress, and your purpose. Make those silent exits with grace and keep moving forward on your journey to a life filled with respect, growth, and genuine connection. If you found value in today's video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life. And hit the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos. Together, let's keep building a life of strength, purpose, and peace. Thank you for watching.